आगरा का सिविल एयरपोर्ट अब नए अवतार में नजर आ रहा है। यात्रियों की बढ़ती संख्या को देखते हुए अर्जुन नगर गेट से ट्रांजिट लाउंज तक कवर्ड पाथवे बना दिया गया है, जिससे अब धूप और बारिश यात्रियों का रास्ता नहीं रोक पाएंगे। एयरपोर्ट डायरेक्टर विवेक कुमार शर्मा के मुताबिक यहां क्षमता से 6 गुना ज्यादा यानी रोजाना 1500 यात्री सफर कर रहे हैं। इंडिगो के बड़े विमान मुंबई और बेंगलुरु के लिए पूरी क्षमता के साथ उड़ान भर रहे हैं। सिविल सोसाइटी ऑफ आगरा ने मांग की है कि मेट्रो को नए धनौली एयरपोर्ट तक बढ़ाया जाए और गेट के बाहर टैक्सी दरों पर लगाम लगे। 2027 तक धनौली एयरपोर्ट शुरू होने की उम्मीद है, जो आगरा की इकोनॉमी को नई रफ्तार देगा।
यात्रियों की सुविधाओं के लिए सारे मेजर्स लिए जा रहे हैं एग्जिस्टिंग आगरा एयरपोर्ट पे। पिछले दिनों जो इंडिगो की फ्लाइट कैंसिल हुई थी उसका इम्पैक्ट बहुत कम ही आया था आगरा एयरपोर्ट पे बेशक, लेकिन जो भी ज़रूरी कदम है वो उठाए जा रहे हैं फॉग से निपटने के लिए भी और बाकी सुविधाओं को भी बनाए रखने के लिए। नया टर्मिनल का कार्य प्रगति पे है, कंस्ट्रक्शन कार्य प्रगति पे है धनौली में, लेकिन एग्जिस्टिंग एयरपोर्ट को सारी सुविधाओं को बनाए रखने के लिए प्रयासरत है, क्योंकि लास्ट डे तक भी हमें पूरी सुविधाओं को मेंटेन करना है और उसमें कोई रियायत नहीं है, कोई ढील नहीं है। जब नया एयरपोर्ट कमीशन होगा तब उसके बाद हम फुल फ्लैज उधर शिफ्ट होने की बात रखेंगे।
सिविल एयरपोर्ट का आगरा का उपयोग करने वाले हवाई यात्रियों के लिए शीघ्रता से सेवाएं बढ़ाई जाएं। खास करके जो 50 रुपये का टिकट गेट तक पहुंचने में लगता है और गेट से एयरपोर्ट बिल्डिंग तक पहुंचने के लिए लगता है, उसके बारे में सरकार को ज़रूर विचार करना चाहिए और एयरपोर्ट अथॉरिटी से मिलके कोई उपयोगी कार्यनीति तय करनी चाहिए। और एयरपोर्ट अभी मेरे ख्याल से अभी 1 साल और फंक्शनल रहेगा, ये वाला नई बिल्डिंग बनने तक उसे तेज़ी से बनाए जाने का काम करना चाहिए। इस समय मेरे ख्याल से यूपी का सबसे ज़्यादा बड़ा फुटफॉल अगर किसी डोमेस्टिक एयरपोर्ट का है तो आगरा का ये प्रॉफिट में है और मेरे ख्याल से इसको और प्रॉफिट में लाया जा सकता है अगर एयर कनेक्टिविटी बढ़ाई जाए। धन्यवाद।
हम लोगों ने सिविल एयरपोर्ट विज़िट किया, डायरेक्टर श्री विवेक शर्मा जी से बात की, काफ़ी पॉजिटिव लगा। हमको ये देख के बहुत अच्छा लगा कि जो लाउंज पैसेंजर लाउंज बनाया है उसकी फैसिलिटी के लिए उसको कवर कर दिया गया है, पैसेंजर्स को कोई दिक्कत नहीं हो। बरसात में बहुत दिक्कत हुआ करती थी। दूसरा ये जानकर बहुत खुशी हुई कि जब 4 फ्लाइट आती हैं तो फुटफॉल आगरा एयरपोर्ट पे करीब 1500 पैसेंजर्स का होता है। हमारा मानना ये है कि अगर ये 4 फ्लाइट पे सिविल एनक्लेव पूरा भर जाता है तो जब नया सिविल एनक्लेव स्टार्ट होगा तो जो पैसेंजर लोड है वो बहुत ज़्यादा बनेगा और ये बड़ा पॉजिटिव साइन है। यूपी का हम मानते हैं कि ये सक्सेसफुल सिविल एनक्लेव होगा और हम सरकार से रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि जो उसकी कनेक्टिविटी के जो रास्ते हैं उनको ठीक किया जाए, पानी की निकासी को ठीक किया जाए, सड़कों को ठीक किया जाए। धन्यवाद।
I grew up in Agra and I was amazed to see that there's a direct flight between Bangalore and Agra, so you can actually fly into Bangalore and then come home to Agra directly, and I tried that option this year. I flew with my family, my wife and 2 kids who were both born in Australia, and both are Australian kids, a teenager and a little boy. And I just wanted to sort of talk about how the experience at the Agra airport was very, very disappointing. The problem that we faced at the Agra airport was there's just a complete lack of awareness around how to manage the incoming passenger traffic. How do you manage their baggage? How do you get the baggage from point A to point B? And basically, you're left alone to manage all of your belongings and the way you need to go by yourself, which basically means that if you're traveling with a family of 4 with 3 or 4 suitcases and a few bags, and if you have little kids, you understand that it is basically impossible to make your way through the airport. Although it's a small airport, it's completely mismanaged. Just to give you some examples, as you sort of get your baggage off of the baggage belt. There's just no support. Then people just crowd that around, and it took probably half an hour to get your baggage out of there. Once you take the baggage out, there's sort of one of these buses that comes in where you need to load your own luggage into the bus, which is actually a very, very small kind of a mini bus, where imagine 200 odd passengers trying to get into that without any management of that, and you basically need to muscle your way into it. And imagine people coming after a long journey of 17-18 hours and being subjected to that kind of chaos. It truly amazes me in today's day and age, that's how people are treated. Beyond that, even if you manage to get on the bus, which is we probably got onto the 5th bus, carry our own luggage, put it on a trolley, take it out on, outside in an area which has got no pavements, and you push your luggage through. It's just major safety issues for people with kids. Do not do that. And then you get on the bus, and once you get on the bus, you sort of go out into an area where people just hold you and just throw your luggages out of the bus, and then you need to manage it, and you're in the middle of a road with your kids, with your family, trying to now figure out where do I go. It is like the worst airport experience that I've ever had in my life, and I've probably been to a lot of countries in the world, and a lot of smaller airports for that matter. Yeah, I think I do understand that it's sort of a defense operated airport, and the need for security is paramount. I totally get it. But then at the same time, a method to allow people, irrespective of where they come from, how they come from, but just having some empathy for people who are arriving at an airport to meet their familiar ones. I don't understand why monitored vehicles cannot be allowed at the airport. I don't understand why, when people are allowed on a specific airport with IDs and biometrics, and today's day and age where you have cameras and safety and security features all across the place, why can't you allow a simple accredited person to come in and pick you up from the airport? It just completely amazes me. I think it feels like that the answer to all the questions on an airport like this is no, it's a security concern. And so I wanted to request and see how can this be solved. I'm not going to come to the Agra airport ever in my life, but at the same time, Agra is my city. So I want to sort of give this feedback to see how do you guys want to manage this? How do you want to make this a better experience for the passengers who come in? And I am Indian. I was born in Agra. I understand. I get it. Imagine the tourists that are coming from all over the world, and what kind of impression of this beautiful city that we are giving those people. The first experience of landing there and landing in chaos, definitely not going to be a good experience for anyone. If I was to propose an alternate method on this, there should be accredited taxis which should at least be allowed to rank outside the airport once you get out. Families and friends should be able to pre-register to pick up their relatives, and happy to provide passport numbers and flight details and that kind of stuff to make sure all the security is taken care of, but should be allowed to do that. In a worst case scenario, there should at least be porters on the airport who can lead tourist services that we can buy and pay for, that can sort of let you out of the airport into an area that's safe and conducive to people who are coming after long journeys, tourists, foreigners who are coming to the city. There's 100 ways to solve these problems. But I'll just urge, if you can, take this on board, see how we address some of these issues, and make this a better experience for everyone who's entering this beautiful city of Agra. Thank you.